Hey, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres, and today's the 25th of April, and I am out on the poultry field, and I'm going to address an issue that I've had to deal with too many times. And I think if you know about this, you won't have the problems that we've had with this. What happens is when you have, let's say, 3-week-old chicks, and you put them out on the field, if they don't know, hey, this is fun to watch. I just came out and surprised these pigs, so they're running away from me snorting. Okay, if they don't know, if they haven't been out, and they don't know about rain, and then let's say it starts raining in the middle of the night, they won't know enough to get under the canopy. So let me show you how these chicken tractors look from this angle. This is from the front. Yesterday I showed them to you from the back. And you can see these tractors, there's about a 4-foot section on either side of the center line that's open. And because I have the Great Pyrenees dogs, we don't close that in. We don't need to. Dogs come out here periodically in this and keep things safe. So you can see what these guys have done. The sun goes down over in the west, of course, and this is where the sun was last. So they're out in the open. And if it did rain tonight, they would just start freaking out and climbing all over each other and piling up. So what you do is you wait until it gets dark, and if it's not, like it's supposed to rain tonight about 1 o'clock in the morning, it seems like that happens a lot when you put chicks out, and you get woke up and then you think, I can just dash out here in my bare feet. It's a nightmare. Then you gotta take a shower before you get back in bed because you get so slimy. But what we'll do, and maybe I can just set this up and show you how I do this. No, probably not. Is I'm just going to wait until they're settled down, and then I'm going to move the tractor forward so they're covered. And the ground that they're on right now is where they're going to feel comfortable, and they'll just stay there. And then I'll make sure that they're settled down and they're covered up so they don't get soaked. When they're young like this, and these guys are 4 weeks old today, or are they 5 weeks old today? Maybe 5 weeks old today. So they're not all that young. But if they get completely soaked and it is a bit cool out, that's bad news. You can have a lot of dead birds because they want to get warm, so they pile up on each other. So that's a bad deal. So far we've done really well. We did have one fatality this morning, but we had a very weak bird and just didn't do well. So that's not all bad. That's not all bad. Let's see, I wanted to talk a little bit about predation. Sometimes we talk about the 3 different types of people that there are. There's sheepdogs, wolves, and sheep. And our dogs are a type of sheepdog. They're a guardian dog. And they don't exactly bring back a dead body. That's not what they do. They just patrol and leave their scent places, and the wolves know better than to take advantage of them. And I've learned a lot of precious lessons in farming, and a very good lesson to know, let's see, I think I got a little bit of wind, I'll try it, is that there are wolves out there that will take advantage of you. Just like there are critters out here that will seek to get a free chicken dinner. And the best prevention is to get yourself to a place, and I'm finally here, I believe, that, and I learned this from the military, that everything that happens on your farm, in your operation, own it. So, dead bird out here this morning, my fault. My fault. I could have done something. I don't know what I could have done, but I didn't even check them before I went in last night because they looked good, you know, mid-afternoon, so I didn't think they needed it. I don't know as I could have changed it, but I own it. Take responsibility for everything that happens. So even if you have a wolf come along, and they will, and I'm going to share some stories with you here, not tonight, but another time, of some instances that have happened to me where I've been taken advantage of, and I wasn't able to determine, I couldn't identify a wolf when I was looking at it. I just couldn't see it. But when you adopt the attitude that you own everything that happens on your property, you're responsible for everything that happens with your children, with your animals, with your land, then you get to the point where you can see a wolf and you can identify him. And you don't have to bring a dead body back. You don't have to do that. My dogs don't do that. But as a sheepdog, you got to keep your eye on that and prevent things from happening. And I'm going to share a couple stories with you at a later date. and I just think they're good lessons for people to hear about so that you can see these things coming and prevent it. And you never want to be the wolf either. Never want to be the wolf. Never take advantage of somebody that doesn't know as much about this farming dig that you do. Always be a cooperative farmer, that if you see somebody about to make a mistake, like in the military, we many times said, don't drink that, or don't step on that, or do not go down that path, because we're a community and we are only as strong as the weakest link. Okay, that's something to remember, and people haven't heard that, but I want people to hear that and understand how they fit into this. And generally, if you want to be a sheepdog, you can be a sheepdog. If you can resist your wolfedness, you can do that. You need to do that. Okay, so I'm going to move these guys forward. We've already got people signed up for the tour this Saturday. So let us know. Call the farmhouse. It starts promptly at 1. We won't be walking and we won't be getting stuck this time. This is Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.